This John Lothian News video is sponsored by the securities and derivatives markets are both looking at the issue of transparency. John Lothian News spoke to 15 different market professionals at the FIA Expo event in Chicago about where their industry needs to improve in clearing, exchanges, regulation, and technology.
To me, what's needed to improve is really taking forward how we transform data into information. In DTCC, we see 250 million submissions a week and over 35 million positions. So that's a great first start. Now we need to move to the next step in terms of taking that data and transforming it into information that's meaningful for the regulators.
The options markets are a great blueprint for a transparent marketplace. As exchanges, all of our rules are published after being provided to the SEC, and they seek public comment from all interested parties, both retail and institutional investors. And before they approve that rule, they've given everybody an opportunity to see what the exchange is doing.
What the market really is demanding, and our member firms like Sony and Ford and JP Morgan Chase Bank, they are demanding transparency. They want an avenue that they can license and trade these licensed contracts in a transparent, open environment where everybody can see prices and everybody can see contracts.
We're trying to look at, what and how do we quantify the risks involved with being clearing members. And right now, it's very difficult to find out what the clearing rules are for the different clearing houses around the world.
Transparency actually came up in a whole heap of different ranges. One was transparency in cost structures and the way they're passed on to buy-side clientele. Another was obviously capital efficiency, return on equity, the FCMs get on that, and also that the buy-sides wish to be able to see, and transparency in the way they can allocate their capital and trading capital. And lastly, obviously, one area that isn't terribly transparent at the moment is the vast fragmentation in products and destinations across the region. Fragmentation, capital efficiency, and how that's driving their relationship and their need for transparency with their buy-side customers.
Well, what I think is that we need to utilize technology in order to make sure that the markets are absolutely fair, and that the quirks that are in the markets at the moment, the actual structure inside the markets, should be totally available and useful to people that are actually implementing their trading algorithms and their trading strategies. And so I think that what we need to do is have a view of the way the markets are implemented. Markets also need to be able to give you information about the transit of orders through the markets and the way that markets are actually, how they're actually working under the hood. And in order to do that, we need some cooperation from the markets themselves.